Manipulation of appointment schedules of VA hospitals, delays in medical care that possibly led to deaths of veterans, and growing calls now for a criminal investigation. This scandal that continues to rock the Department of Veterans Affairs.
Friday, VA Secretary Eric Shinseki resigned. The next chapter is growing controversy, may turn to San Antonio. A group of local VA employees say they're tired of seeing veterans suffer while their bosses get huge bonuses.
They sat down exclusively with News 4 Troubleshooter Stacey Cameron. Stacey?
Fearing retribution but wanting to come forward, we agreed to hide the identity of these people and alter their voices. They're four whistleblowers you're about to hear from tonight. They work scheduling medical appointments for veterans here at San Antonio's Audi Murphy Veterans Hospital. One is a veteran, another married to a vet. Their account echoes the scandals coming out of the VA in Phoenix and Austin and all across the country. It's bosses manipulating patient schedules, they say, for years, hiding delays in care, and risking veterans' health in order to cash in on performance goals. When you say this has been going on for years here in the San Antonio area, how long?
That I can recall, at least 10.
A decade.
A decade.
Clearly nervous, but wanting to talk candidly, these four VA employees recently sat down with News 4, giving shocking details into claims the VA system here in San Antonio is broken.
I know that patients leave the hospital that are very sick, needing appointments, and those appointments are never scheduled.
Why not?
They fall through the cracks.
Our whistleblowers say those cracks exist because there aren't enough doctors to cover all the vets needing follow-up care.
We attempt to schedule them, but there may not be openings. They might be at capacity.
So routine and critical care is often delayed for months because of the backlog.
Surgeries, ENT, vascular, cardiothoracic, orthopedic.
According to these schedulers, hospital management directs them to hide the delays.
We're instructed not to put patients on a waiting list, and I think that's what the inspectors look for. Instead, they're put on these recall lists, and nobody looks at those recall lists.
Put on recall, vets don't get a follow-up appointment. Instead, the patient is told to call the hospital. Because of a quirk in the VA scheduling system,
we can't schedule past 90 days.
Sick vets in San Antonio are often told to call the hospital more than 3 months later and set their own appointments. But whistleblowers say doctor schedules are rarely open.
So this patient's going to be put on the recall again for another, and hopefully he calls when there is an appointment.
According to these schedulers, as long as a vet stays on recall, it doesn't look like medical care is being delayed.
However, a lot of our patients are elderly, are sick. If they're critically care, how are they supposed to call in? Everyone should leave with an appointment, but it's just not happening.
If these sick, elderly patients don't call in, they're put on another list, recall delinquency. Our whistleblowers say that list is exploding every month.
It can grow upwards of hundreds.
Last week, a source with ties inside the San Antonio VA gave News 4 a partial recall delinquency list. It shows 150 veterans needing medical care in the beginning of May. Whistleblowers say it's just the tip of the iceberg.
And the delinquency list could have as many as how many veterans on it?
We were told 3,400.
3,400 men and women who need callback appointments to have medical services are not being taken care of.
Yes, yes.
I called veterans on this delinquency list and spoke with one who it took more than 2 years to get a disability rating. Another, a Vietnam veteran, who it took more than a year to get an appointment with his primary care physician. Are these types of examples isolated incidents?
No.
No.
While schedulers are required to contact vets on the delinquency list, the callback information is often incorrect or worse.
I've called people on the recall that have now, they're deceased.
Deceased?
Yes.
People died waiting for appointments.
For follow-up appointments. But when we finally did reach someone, they notify us that he died.
Now, News 4 contacted the VA here in San Antonio, detailing the claims you just heard. Officials wouldn't sit for an interview, but they did release a statement that reads, in part, South Texas Veterans Healthcare System continue to confirm that executive leadership would never knowingly and willingly mislead veterans regarding their appointment scheduling. STVHCS leadership have made it clear, according to the statement, that scheduling clerks do not mess with formats of any kind, that their VISTA scheduling software should be used. And an April 25th through 28th internal fact-finding by South Texas Veterans Healthcare System regarding claims made by employee Brian Turner were investigated and could not be substantiated. They go on to say, we are either enhancing clinic capacity to help veterans get care sooner, or where we cannot increase capacity, increasing the care we acquire in the community through non-VA care. That's the statement from our local VA. And tonight at 10, we take a deeper look at this controversy. Our whistleblowers explain why management is covering up the delays and how bosses pushed VA employees to lie to government inspectors.